The first time I realized the doors were locked, I thought it was just a mistake. The house was large, beautiful in the kind of way that looks better in magazines than in real-life cold marble floors, echoing hallways, windows so tall they seemed designed for watching, not living. When I married David, I told myself the size of the place would grow on me. That silence was a small price for comfort. But silence can rot if you sit with it too long. That morning, I went to leave for groceries. The brass handle was cold under my hand. It turned, but the door wouldn't budge. I frowned, tugged harder, rattled it against the frame. Nothing. I tried the back door, then the side. All locked, and not with keys I had. "David," I called. My voice sounded fragile against the cavernous space. "Did you change the locks?" No answer. He had left hours earlier, off to another one of his endless meetings. His absence always left the house feeling less like a home and more like a cage. I searched every drawer, every hook dot, no keys. No explanation. I told myself he'd just forgotten to tell me. That he'd call later and laugh about the locksmith, reassure me that I wasn't a prisoner in my own home. But the longer the day dragged on, the more the walls pressed closer. By evening, I found the first camera. It was subtle, nestled high in the corner of the living room, its black lens disguised in the shadow where wall met ceiling. I only noticed because the red light flickered faintly when I crossed the room. I stood frozen, heartbeat hammering in my ears. Had it always been there? I told myself maybe it was part of the security system David had mentioned once, offhand, when he bought the place. For peace of mind, he'd said. But when I looked closer, the plastic casing was new, the wires freshly drilled into plaster. And then I saw another in the hallway, and another in the kitchen. By the time I was done searching, I had counted 7. 7 pairs of unblinking eyes staring into every corner of my life. I tried to call him then, phone to my ear, piecing circles in the living room. My reflection fractured in the polished glass of the coffee table. The line rang and rang. Finally, his voicemail clicked on. "Hey, it's me," I whispered, my voice trembling. "Something's wrong with the doors. I can't leave. And David, are there cameras in the house? Did you install cameras? Call me back." I hung up and sank onto the couch, clutching the phone like a lifeline. That was when the television turned on. The screen crackled to life without me touching the remote. A burst of static, then an image, me. I was staring at myself from above the exact angle of the camera in the corner of the room. I shot to my feet. My reflection on the screen shot up too. The delay was only half a second, just enough to make it uncanny. My pulse thundered in my throat. "David," I said, louder now, half hoping he'd answer through the TV. "This isn't funny," the image flickered. Static swallowed me for a moment. And then, faintly, words scrolled across the bottom of the screen in jagged white letters. "Don't leave." I stumbled back, tripping over the rug, my hand slamming against the armrest to steady myself. No, this was wrong. My husband wasn't cruel. He wasn't, but the locks, the cameras. The message, I bolted to the bedroom, yanking the curtains shut, pressing my back to the door as though it could keep the eyes out. My breathing came fast, shallow. I tried to convince myself it was a hack, some twisted prank. Maybe someone had broken into the system. Maybe it wasn't him. But the doubt festered, because deep down, I knew, David liked control. He liked knowing where I was, what I wore, who I spoke to. He liked the house quiet when he came home, dinner waiting, my smile polished and ready. And if he decided I belonged here, if he decided I was safer inside, what chance did I have? That night, I lay in bed, every creak of the floorboards setting my nerves alight. Sleep came only in fragments, broken by the hum of electricity and the phantom sensation of being watched. Sometime after midnight, I woke to a sound, a click. From the hallway, the sound of a lock turning. I sat up, heart pounding, straining to listen. Footsteps padded across marble, slow, deliberate. They stopped just outside the bedroom door. Silence stretched, suffocating. Then, in the darkness, the doorknob began to turn.